Welcome back to the TPot podcast.
What's up, y'all?
I just want to ask you guys, just for fun, if you could go anywhere in the world for 2 weeks, where would you go? 2 weeks, anywhere in the world,
And
all expenses
money
paid.
is not. I think I'd like to go to the Sandals Resort in the Maldives. And since you wanted to be specific, then I also feel like my husband betrayed me on my birthday. I was queening away on this other planet that actually wasn't mine.
Yeah.
And so I was just filling in, and I had a bunch of children, like 50 kids. And then they got mad at me and they shot me into space.
Trying to embrace whatever I'm experiencing right now and not feeling down on myself about it and not feeling
That's
like,
how I feel
I'm
about the
angry.
anger.
Yeah, I'm angry and I'm a piece of shit right now and this fucking sucks and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm in chaos and I fucking don't have any stability and I'm like sabotaging myself. It's like, no, I'm not going to do that. The one thing I know is I don't want to be afraid.
How you suffer in this life doesn't necessarily have to be how you suffer in the next life, because you've learned the lessons. You've learned the lessons in this life so that you don't have to re-go through those lessons in the next one. Hopefully the next one will be a little bit easier on you. But like, this life was fucking crazy. Like, a lot of bad shit, like some of the worst shit you could ever have in your life. So I'm hoping that like the next one will be like chill.
We got Surreal
Hey,
and Tatiana. I'm not sure if you guys caught our last tarot card reading, but it was very informative and to the point and ironically accurate. So check that out. It was pretty good. So I have some ideas I just wanted to talk about. First thing, it would really be helpful if you guys could share your opinions on what you want to hear from us. We want to deduce
deduce.
topics that you guys are interested in and want to hear from us about. We mentioned before that we're going to have some special guests coming on, some people who specialize in certain things and very interesting guests. So prepare for that. But I just want to ask you guys, just for fun, if you could go anywhere in the world for 2 weeks, where would you go? Start with Tatiana. 2 weeks, anywhere in the world, all expenses
money
paid.
is not.
Everything's paid for.
Money is no object.
I think I'd like to go to the Sandals Resort in the Maldives. And like super bougie, super non-thinking, super romantic, super expensive.
Maldives, is that tropical?
Yeah, it's like there's nothing there. It's literally just like houses on stilts, like beautiful palapas on stilts with your own infinity pools. It's like
by yourself or with your family or with your partner?
Just with Cody.
Just with your partner, okay.
Yeah.
And why?
Because it's romantic and we didn't have a traditional like honeymoon in that sense. And that's where if our honeymoon was super cool, but Cody's never been anywhere. It's like
be enriching and inspiring, refreshing.
Yeah, it'd be relaxing instead of questing. Normally we like drive and explore and adventure, which is a great version of a holiday as well. But I think my soul is ready for like a do nothing. Everything is taken care of. Read a book, long days, only have sex and sleep and eat.
Sounds like a good time. What about you?
Probably Australia or the Cook Islands.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't know either one of them that well, so Australia has always been on my bucket list. I've been to Amsterdam. I've been to a lot of other places. Yeah.
You're going to lose the opportunity in the next 10 seconds if you don't. All expense paid. Pick a place.
Yeah, I would say Australia.
Okay, why?
I don't know. I think there would be a lot of cool creatures there. I want to see kangaroos in real life. I know you can see those in Kelowna, but I want to like go in the outback and like drive around and check out things. And I just think they have a lot of cool architecture there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. It's just been always the thing that I've wanted to do since I was young.
The red sand speaks to you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know.
It's hot as fuck there.
Yeah, I just feel like it's just one of the things that's always been on my list.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily like a vacation spot. I'd probably be touring around doing different things.
Right.
I'd want to do a show there. They have a really cool big amphitheater there in Sydney.
Right.
Right, too right.
Right. Australia, too right.
There.
And
What do you mean?
No. Who would you want to go with? Just yourself? A partner?
Probably
Your
just
favorite?
myself or with Benny.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
going to say that's selfish. You could just go by yourself.
Why did you make that an option? You piece of shit. I would probably
Gaslit him.
Yeah, totally gaslit me. I'd probably want to take Benny just because he's my best bud.
Yeah.
We travel well together, so I'd probably take him.
Yeah.
Be cool for him to
2 weeks, all expense paid, do a show with the
Yeah.
Roos and the Koalas.
Yeah. What about you, Rondo?
I think I was thinking somewhere like, at first India, so I can see all the architecture and shit like that, and the Vimanas. And then I was like, maybe Fiji, because it's really recluse out there. But no, I think I would pick Jamaica. Jamaica, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, right near the beach. I'd go to Jamaica.
Man, that's a deep gosh.
Yeah, man, that a deep God. I'd go to Jamaica and visit the Appleton factory, try
nice.
some Jamaican rum, chill on the beach. Or Hawaii. I gotta pick one.
Yeah, come on, 10 seconds.
Jamaica. Jamaica it is. Hawaii's probably fucking magnificent. but
Hawaii
Jamaica.
is beautiful.
I'd go to Jamaica so I could chill. I haven't smoked weed in over a year, but I'd definitely start smoking again on my vacation.
What, dude?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you
A
sure?
blunt every day or two
Why not?
just to kick it off,
Yeah.
It's Jamaica. When in
Yeah.
Rome.
Yeah.
So I definitely,
I thought that was a good
Blunt.
idea in Amsterdam, but
no, it wasn't.
it turned out not to be.
Why?
I don't know. I had one puff and I was just like, I gotta get away from these people. I had to go to the bar and have a couple of drinks of Henny just to level myself back out because I hadn't blazed in so long that I was just like, I don't like
Fair
this.
mind. Yeah.
I was like, when in Amsterdam, and as soon as I did it, I was like, oh, that was a bad idea.
Social anxiety.
Yeah. When you have such a
Did
high
you go to the
tolerance.
Red Light District when you're there?
I did, yeah. Checked it out.
Herbs, bro.
Yeah, well, you have to. It's one of those
I would
things.
check it out.
I didn't partake in any of the goods, but I checked
You
out
just
the
window
So
shop.
you were
Yeah,
just
there's a lot of
browsing.
windows, right? And
window
so you just kind
Yeah.
of walk around the windows and these guys are like, hey. And you're like, what?
Give me a money. And you're like, no.
Did you tip them anyway?
No.
Is
They
there
don't-
like slots where you
No,
the
no.
money
It's just
bills in and
it's
it
just a
just
window.
falls into the
and
window?
then,
Okay. Is there a claw one where it just grabs
Claw
it?
machine.
Shoves it in the window. If you miss her, she goes, oh.
no, it's not like that, Ron. That's very sexist of you to say, but
Yeah, I'm just being creative. It'd be cool if they did have that. A claw machine with a bunch of window girls.
They could
I want that one. Give me that one, Dad.
Probably make more money.
Oh, missed.
Who are you
Okay.
bringing on your trip?
Oh, yeah.
yeah, Ron.
I'd probably bring to Jamaica. I'd bring my boys.
I
one of
was
your
hoping
kids?
Bring
that
my
was going to
3
be the
cents.
answer,
My
but I
3
didn't want it
cents.
to sound
Bring my 3
racist.
cents. Fuck yeah, I would.
Is it 3?
Yeah, so I'd do that, and that'd be a grand old time, and we'd all smoke weed together.
Would you?
Yeah, hell
I
yeah.
don't think your kids.
Solomon probably wouldn't partake, but the other boys, yeah, they're little stoners right now.
Nice. That sounds fun.
Yeah, Jamaica, Cook Islands,
No. Maldives.
Maldives, that's what it was, and Florida.
Australia. So what was
Wasn't
your,
paying
what was your
attention
second
at all.
question, Ron? Do you
Oh, I
remember?
want to know what word best describes your state of being right now. One word, 10 seconds for the flight leads.
Frustration.
Frustration.
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Because anger is my new normal.
Just
Anger
leaning into anger.
the anger's my
embracing it,
new
eh?
normal. Yeah. But you know what?
Hey, Thanos.
I think it's kind of, I don't know what that actually is a reference to. So, yeah, well, I don't watch
Okay.
This one for
superhero
everything, just
movies.
half of
Yeah. So you're embracing anger. Anger is
Yep, I'm
Yeah.
embracing anger.
okay. So frustration, is that what the word was?
The word was frustration, embracing anger, because anger is the touchstone to change. You get pissed off about something, got to do something about it.
Okay, we're gonna circle back to that. What's your word?
probably chaos.
Yeah, it's okay. That's very masculine of you.
That's maybe why I'm
Talk
so
to that.
angry.
Yeah, I create chaos in my own life so that I feel not bored.
Okay.
I guess I don't know. I just
I
have
call
all.
that self-sabotage.
I have so many. Yeah, self-sabotage. I'm really good at it.
Survival mode.
I'm really good at it. If everything gets too good or too comfortable, I destroy it.
I just feel like I'm talking to my husband right now.
I just
In the shirt.
yeah, shout out to Cody for the shirt. But yeah, no, I thrive in chaos. I always have, and when I'm sitting down and calm and relaxed for moments, it's
Yeah.
like it feels unnatural to me. So I feel like I need to create some chaos or seek it out.
Why do you feel like you're there? Why do you feel like you want chaos?
do I want chaos? I don't necessarily want it, but I thrive in it because I've always lived in it. So I just like, I feel that whenever I feel too comfortable, I create chaos so that I feel more seated in what I'm used to, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I just,
We'll circle back to that.
okay,
My
Having a
word,
session with Dr. Ron.
my word is, usually Matt copies me, but I'm going to copy him this time and use the word chaos too.
Oh,
'Cause
wow.
I feel very much like my brother here.
original.
Yeah, chaos. I like
Why, Ron?
unpredictability. I like things just like might as well just fucking blow everything up because I can navigate that better than structure. Who the fuck structure is this?
Blowing
anyways?
everything
I don't
up
trust
can
the structure.
create suffering.
Yeah, but through the suffering we find order.
But you
and
don't
I'd rather
have to
find the
suffer.
order myself than have some person who thinks they know what they're doing create all this order that I have to live under this roof of order. It's just the state I'm in right now. I don't necessarily disagree with order or anything like that, or I'm not shitting on it, but I just find like when I'm feeling out of sorts and like things aren't structurally sound, I want to go out into the wild because that's where I know things are unpredictable. Nobody's in charge there. There's nobody governing my feelings, thoughts, anything except me. And I can thrive and survive in the wild, and I'll find order on my own and start from there. So that's just the mode I'm in.
So
that or betrayal.
No,
But I'm going to go with chaos.
Yeah, betrayal.
Betrayal. I can
Betrayal.
feel a little betrayal energy right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I can
That was
feel
my
some
second
betrayal
word. That's my second word.
Yep.
You
Okay.
don't get a second word.
I know. But we said we're going to circle back. So you said frustration, anger. So what do you think led you to that word being your state of being
Betrayal.
right now? Oh, interesting. We're all connected in some way. Okay. No, but seriously, what kind of events led you to where you are right now, where you could say that one word encompasses your state of being? Like what led you there right now to make you angry?
Non-Butall's fancy word.
I don't know if it was one particular thing or the accumulation of things, but it's
Could be both.
It's mostly just I'm tired of doing things the same way that they've always been done. So I'm really wanting to also break free from order and embrace chaos, but in a healthy, balanced way where I'm not causing suffering or creating damage. And if I do, then I'd like to own it and apologize
it's interesting.
for it.
You know who the specialists of chaos are? Man.
I know all about it.
So then maybe you should put your faith in a man, some kind of man.
And how about
Some kind of man.
Like maybe
Yep. Definitely.
starts with a C or so. I'm seeing Cody. That's the word that's coming.
I don't necessarily have to put my faith in a man to embrace chaos.
That's true.
But I can allow and hold space for him to be chaotic and not punish them for it.
Yeah.
Them for it.
Right.
Because that only creates more suffering, which is something I really like. We always think that suffering is the human condition, but I really want us to challenge that it's a choice.
Right.
And that the longer you stay somewhere that isn't working for you, whether you need chaos, order, or are frustrated or feel betrayed, like how long you stay in that is your choice of how long you want to suffer with it.
But aren't you gonna perceive chaos as suffering just because your nature?
No, because I love chaos too.
Right, I know.
I do love chaos as well.
Right,
like,
right. I get that.
That's why I love you guys and Cody.
Right, right.
And I can be quite chaotic myself. You can ask, the people closest to me. So I love chaos, but I love controlled chaos. It's like, okay, now you can be free. Like, you know what I mean? Now go and run wild. It is structured, but then it's also, there's less of a backlash because people are prepared for it.
Okay, so what brought you to this state? Just some events in life?
Are you really wanting me to get
just maybe some
specific
examples?
I'll share if we're all going to share some specific examples of things that have been tormenting us that bring up the feelings of betrayal. I can share if we're all going to share.
Okay, here comes the chaos.
Yes.
But I'm just trying to I'm trying to pull a couple of examples out of you of like what life events brought you to this.
I have 4 children. I have 4 children, and I quit quit my career to support my children.
Right.
And then I'm not perfectly designed to be a 100% stay-at-home mom. I'm better fitted as an entrepreneur and a social person and a facilitator and guiding and bringing people out and not just being stuck at home with mundane chores and order, because I too like chaos.
Oh, see, we talked about this before. And you know what the pattern I'm seeing here is ringing true to me is like, we talked about how you did that because you wanted to do what's right.
And it was
you
wrong.
you went against who you were.
Yes.
Because you were worried, like, no, I need to be a mom. I need to go home.
Yes.
I need to give up this and be home for my people, for my children, my family, right? But what happened when we talked about this is, with all due respect, I don't
good.
cross any lines, but like we did talk about it, and you said that the conclusion was you were probably better off just honoring yourself, your entrepreneurial side, and not going to do the right thing. Because
100%.
what happens was Cody is actually super suited for that.
Yes.
He's a super, like,
I'm with you guys right now and miss the soccer game
kind of guy, right?
You know?
Yeah, totally.
Everybody else loves the soccer games.
You know what it reminds me of is like when we're talking about, can somebody change their spots? Is like, are we supposed to embrace spots?
That's right.
Just embrace who we are.
Exactly.
Like you embrace your entrepreneurship and that type of personality, and don't feel like you need to cross over into changing your spots into something you're not. You know, and it would have been better for your family, is what we concluded with. Remember?
Yes.
We were like, I would have had all this money. I would have had my business successful.
Yeah.
And Cody would have had his power of running the household and stuff. But then you guys started conflicting because you came home. And then he kind of went to work, right?
Yeah.
That's what happened, right?
Yeah. Just more of that.
More.
But but now the balance has come back. Yeah. So now I have been working more and doing entrepreneurial stuff and being out of the house. It does feel good.
Yeah.
It feels really good. My shift, those kind of like your guys'
You're
shifts.
emulating a different light, which is good. It's nice to see.
Good.
Emitting.
Yeah. Emulating as well.
I kind of like emulating.
Emulating means like copying.
Okay, well, we didn't, copying a different light.
No, that does make sense.
You know, emitting a different light is what I meant.
I just want to give a big shout out to our sponsors for the TPot podcast. Big thanks to Sarah Sunshine, Miss Edie, and Raven Wolf Mobile Saunas. Also, of course, Next Level Audio, Fun Time Photo Factory, The Firehouse, Mambo's Pizza, Gina's Mexican Cafe, and Signage. All huge supporters of what we do. So we wanted to thank you from the TPot podcast to all of our amazing sponsors. And you can find the links to all of their Facebook pages and Instagrams in the description of this podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
So that's better. I'm feeling better about that. And then if, since you wanted to be specific, then I also feel like my husband betrayed me on my birthday. Thanks for bringing it up.
Okay. So there was that. Okay. Some personal stuff.
You felt
a little bit betrayed by your partner, which is not uncommon.
And also myself too, though. Like, you know, if I'm going to be fully fair and transparent.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting into it.
It was
you betrayed
myself.
yourself, or you betrayed him?
No. Just myself.
Okay.
Just myself.
Okay.
But the sauna has been helping me get back to that, helping me refine myself and be okay with how I look and who I am, and posting content when I'm wearing a bathing suit and have no makeup on, which is like new realms for me and like new areas of myself that I felt uncomfortable in. And it's been challenging and it's been really good, and been, you know, working far away, and it's all had great changes, but I'm still just angry and frustrated because but that's the power that's going to keep me changing and keep
you can use that as
adding, more stuff and getting better and rising.
I think as long as you take that anger and you use it like biofuel and you channel it into what you're doing, then that's going to be okay.
Yeah. Because I want to change some of my stripes, you know, or my spots.
Right.
There's some things that I'm ready to really let go.
Okay. So Matthew, I haven't heard that word in a long time, Andy.
Yes, Ronald.
So what was your word again?
The same one that you stole.
Genocide? What was it? It was a weird word.
Chaos.
Oh yeah, same
Jesus.
as mine. For me. Yeah. Chaos. So what things led you to embracing a chaos mindset right now, or just wanting to be in the chaos?
I'm not embracing
wanting
it.
to be in the chaos. Right?
No, No, I'm not. I'm not wanting to be. It's
that's
just,
where you are.
You asked me about a word that reflects where I'm at right
Yeah.
now. So
okay, so that's where
it's not
are.
necessarily where I want to be at, but it is where I am, and
Fair.
it comes with, shedding things, relationships, parts of my life over and over again in a repeated cycle that just seems to be like, what the hell? Obviously, the common denominator is myself and the way I act. So it's like I'm just like trying to self-reflect and change some of my spots to maybe be like, what is it about me that does this over and over and over again? Because I get uncomfortable with things when they get easy or when they get nice or when they get like good. So I start to like be like, okay, how can I tinker with this, or how can I break the foundation up a bit so that it's definitely going to crumble, or how can I bring the castle down? You know what I mean? In a certain sense, like on myself with me in it.
Because the castle keeps getting rebuilt with the same design, right? So
Yeah.
No, we need a different blueprint.
Yeah, basically it's just like I just have this repeating song in my head, like you do this to yourself. And it's like, and I know I do, but I still can't break the cycle. That cycle is one that has been very hard for me to break. I've broken a lot of other cycles, but it's like this cycle repeating of like I feel like I care a lot about people and I care about my friends and the people around me, but sometimes I don't have very good ways of showing it or like reaching out and saying it. And like at the end of the day, if people knew my intention in my heart and what I really mean, they would know how much I care about them, but I don't have a good way of expressing that or communicating it. So it can come across as like I don't care about people or I don't appreciate them as much as I actually do. When I actually, in fact, do really appreciate it and I'm grateful and all of these really good things, but it's like I'm very quiet when it comes to anything other than my music. Like when it comes to music, I have a real easy time expressing how I feel or what I've been through or my experiences. But when it comes to like just general conversation, I'm very short with my answers. I'm very blunt. I'm very like not very communicative. Like if someone writes me a big paragraph about how my music affected them and blah, 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 my general response is, thank you so much. I appreciate that. When really my answer should be just as long as theirs is with like how I appreciate what they said. And I appreciate that you took the time to listen and really dug into it and had those feelings about it. But for me, it's like, I don't know. I attribute it to like a metaphor of like a mechanic when they're working on cars all day and then they come home and they have all these broken down cars in their yard.
Right.
It's like, so I'm a musician. I listen to music. I do all my talking through music. I do a lot of talking on this podcast. And then when it comes to actual communication with people, I'm just not the best at it. I'm not good at conveying how I feel,
elaborating
or
or
articulating
true,
like things and how much I appreciate people or boundaries or things like that, when I should be more willing to like sit in it and just like have those really hard conversations that I don't like to have.
It's not that you should, but you want to, and that's a good thing.
Well, I do, and I recognize it. Like upon self-reflection, I recognize it, and I'm like, fuck. Like, I see the pros and the cons, and like I make lists in my mind of like what I did and what the other person did, and like it just like doesn't articulate. It doesn't go any further than that. It's all stuck in here.
Yeah.
So it's like chaos is my mind. Like my mind is like a fucking 25 ring circus going on in my head at all times. So even if I'm like still and calm and sitting in a chair, like my mind is thinking about 20 different things that are going on.
That was your card.
What I need to do. Yeah. What I need to do, what I haven't done, what I like haven't accomplished, things left unsaid, like all of these conversations that I could have had that I didn't, or like things that I said that I didn't mean in that regard, but like they were taken that way. Like just, it's a lot, you know what I mean? Like, and I can be very blunt sometimes because, sometimes I just want to like get the point across, but without articulating it correctly, without being able to deal with things with kid gloves or walk on eggshells necessarily, not even walk on eggshells, but communicate it in a loving and caring way. Whereas I'm just like very like, this is how I feel. That's it.
That's why you use jokes a lot.
Yeah.
Probably why you use jokes a lot, because it allows you to just be blunt and it's not a serious situation. It's just like you get it out.
Yeah.
Like your expression of what you're thinking or feeling, but it just comes out in a fun joke way.
Cody's started writing, creating like a man's journal. that has prompts that you can ask yourself questions and then you write it out. But I think that the concept of that is really cool. And he's just been writing, like, he's been using ChatGPT to, like, actually help him work through some of his stuff. But then he's been writing it out because that's how he remembers stuff and doesn't have, like, the greatest, not the most elaborate vocabulary. And so that's just, like, how he learns. He's an audio-visual learner, or, like, I guess maybe just a visual learner. And then he's been writing it, and now, like, all of a sudden my husband has, like, new words and, like, new, catchphrases he can add to stuff, and, like, can de-escalate situations with, like, just simple
those are cool
sentences.
for you, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
Practicing
just
different ways of doing
like, if it's something that you want to do, then Cody found what broke the cycle for him was actually writing it out, and then, writing it in a book, and then reading it over, and then going and speaking. What's been going on in your life specifically that has been making you feel chaotic?
Be real, Ron. We just were. You're in the trust tree in the nest. In the TPot podcast trust tree.
I think.
Don't gloss over it, Ron.
No, it has a lot to. There's like many variables involved, and I think just like, I feel like I could find order myself, but I get bored of it, and it's not growing order. And through this deep dive into the understanding of the two energies, the chaos and order, I've realized that I'm a co-creator. Like, and it goes hand in hand with the Gemini thing. Like, I need a partner to create. I don't like doing shit on my own. Not that I can't. I can, and I can find order and build this nice palace. But then I sit in the palace by myself. And I'm like,
that's how I feel too.
There's nobody running through the hallways, and there's nobody fucking climbing up the stairs, and there's nobody enjoying this double balcony I have. I'm not smoking. Like, it'd be cool if somebody who smoked lived here. They can enjoy. So I can find the order and the structure and the harmony, but it's not harmony because there's no chaos. And then I'll just create my own chaos and fuck it up, because I think what I'm looking for is a co-creator.
Right.
So that's what I think. What
so
brought
have
me
you found
here.
one? Have you found a co-creator?
I don't know if I found a co-creator yet, but I know I'm looking for it. So what I'm doing is, the co-creator I have in my life is this guy here. You know what I mean?
I'm
well,
co-creating
coupling
with
up with people. Yeah. But I'm talking about like a partner, right? Like, I guess, or maybe not. I don't know. It might not be a partner. Maybe it'll be just friends that I co-create with.
It's how I have to do it. Because there's different kinds of creation, right? There's a sexual creation. There's an artistic creation. There is
sexual creation,
birthing new things that aren't just children, but also ideas.
But are also children.
Yeah.
They're also children.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm trying to embrace the chaos, because the order I've had in my pursuit of order has not been cool. It's been disguised as order, but it's been chaos. So I'm just like, I'm not looking for another fucking dose of chaos. I'm looking for something to bring order. So I've been kind of duped in some ways. It's kind of hurt me and fucked me up a little bit. And I've been experiencing kind of that. It's almost like walking through the desert looking for what I'm looking for, and I see a mirage and I'm running to it. I'm like, this is it. Like, I see it with my own fucking eyes. I don't care what anybody's telling me. I get there, I go to take a drink, and it's sand. And I'm like, fucking duped again by my own eyes, by my own eyes. And even people telling me in my circle, like, that's a mirage, just so you know. Like, I see it, okay? Like, you can't tell me what I see.
But do you think that could be because you're only focusing on the mirage? Because you could be focusing in other areas that are like more creative, but you're focusing in one direction.
Yeah, but there's a reason.
Yeah.
There's a reason that I'm doing that. So until I learn what the reason is, I'm going to keep doing that.
It's going to keep suffering until he wants to
get it through my head.
Change his own spots and change the suffering.
Yeah, exactly. and I need to just reach that point where I do that. So, and now, even though I said my words.
What's one word, chat? What's one word, guys, that would describe what you're going through right now?
I'm not done.
We don't have a
comments. I
chat
know.
either. It's
Yeah,
in
we
the
do.
comments.
In the comments.
Not this time. Anyways, yeah, I'm glad we all shared those where we are in our states. I'm just trying to embrace whatever I'm experiencing right now and not feeling down on myself about it and not feeling
That's
like,
how I feel
I'm
about the
angry.
anger.
Yeah, I'm angry and I'm a piece of shit right now and this fucking sucks and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm in chaos and I fucking don't have any stability and I'm like sabotaging myself. It's like, no, I'm not going to do that. The one thing I know is I don't want to be afraid. And
Yes.
I'm not afraid.
Live in love or live in
I'm
fear,
not
right?
Yeah, I'm not feeling afraid, and I don't want to. I'm not gonna be afraid, and I'm gonna just. I can navigate chaos, so I'm gonna fucking navigate it, and
Amen, brother.
I'm gonna extract the order out of it, and grow more wiser as I age and figure shit out. I said to Matt the other day, I was like, Matt was saying to me, he's like, I'm worried about your heart, bro. I'm just worried about your heart, and I was like. It put it into perspective. I was like, well, I do got a pretty big heart. And I was like, it's going to take a lot of years to actually wrangle and get a hold of this heart.
I got a heart on.
And so, yeah. So it's like, it could take me another 5, 10, 15 years to figure out my heart and learn how to not burn myself and figure shit out. And I'm okay with that.
Why?
Yeah. Why am I okay with that? Because
Why
it takes
does
time
take
to
so
learn.
long a time?
It takes time to learn about things. You can't just say like, I want to learn about where gold is hidden on the earth and all the principles and stuff about it. It takes time and years to learn that knowledge
I know,
and stuff.
but I think you could do it a lot
experience
longer.
Do you want to become a
quicker than
journeyman of
15.
chaos?
Yeah, I want to become a journeyman. No, of my own heart.
A red seal.
No, of my own
chaos
heart.
navigator.
You know?
Certified.
It's all about the
Chaos
internal
specialist.
world. It's about figuring out yourself. So that's what
I agree.
it could probably take me another amount of years to figure out my heart and its parameters and what it's going to fucking do and hurt me and shit like that. Same with my brain. Just getting a handle on that shit too. So mind, body, spirit. And the spirit. I think I have a good relationship with my spirit. I just ignore it a lot.
And that's probably not a great relationship.
No, it's a great relationship. It's fine. Spirit's understanding.
I've been trying to get in touch with that a little bit more, to be honest.
Yeah, I remember you
especially
said that
since
too.
I've started hanging out with you, and I take a moment before I eat to, say a little grace, a little prayer, and a little gratefulness
Take your spirit's advice is basically what you do.
Yeah, and I've been hearing a lot of signs from all over the place that are like, even if you don't necessarily believe in an organized religion, you have to give yourself to a higher power at some point to like help guide you, because obviously your shit ain't working, bro. Like,
I
obviously
also came
you
to
on
that
your
conclusion
too.
in the last
Obviously
month.
you on your
My
own
shit
is
isn't
not
working.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think that's where everybody started to be like, we need something to believe in, because the way we're doing things right now on our own is not working by
So it
itself.
just hurts your head. Like when you literally you're like, I'm gonna hand this over to God. Whatever that God is, it immediately feels better.
Yeah.
Right?
Great. Take the wheel, G's. All those
Right?
expressions are for a reason.
It immediately feels better.
Well, I used to think that like people would be like, oh, look what God did for you. It's like, yeah, but that was probably your blessing anyway. It was just bound to come, but now you're blaming it on somebody else like doing it for you.
Right.
Because I've never wanted anyone else to do anything for me. Right. But then when you release that and like let go of the wheel per se, and like allow time and space for those blessings to come in, then I think more will come your way.
Agreed. That's what your card said too, is like messages from the divine and like listening to that voice. And then that's direct alignment with manifestation.
Plus, we never know what God's plan is, what the divine plan is, and if it's for you to endure over do some things over and figure shit out, then that's what it is. And I'm content with trusting that. You know what I mean? I know it's in my hands majority of the time, but I also believe God has a hand in helping us learn. So he like helps coerce us or steer us in certain directions to learn better. Not to do it for us, but for us to learn better. So I'm just like, okay, like clearly I need to keep chasing this fucking mirage until I get my shit straight or whatever,
So with that being said, do you guys think you live one life or many lives?
I say many.
Many.
Yeah.
So I did something with a friend of mine recently called a soul contract. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes, I
And
did them
basically,
myself.
a person does a reading and like tells you what your previous lives were like.
Okay.
In context with this person that you know.
Okay.
And like how you met each other before and what you look like and what you were and like how you interacted with each other.
Wow.
And I thought it was really cool to hear some of my past lives.
What did they
come
say?
up.
Any soldier ones or military?
Yeah, there
That's
was
a
like
common
I was a
one.
knight in one of them
Okay.
that like worked for this person's family. I wasn't necessarily like royalty like they were, but I like worked within the kingdom. And then there was like another one where I was like a lion and we were part of the same pride and then like, which makes a lot of sense. I have a Lion King tattooed on me. And then like just other different incarnations where like we weren't like one, we were siblings. And then one we were like together. And then like
Who
other.
is this person?
I'm not going to expose this person.
Oh,
It's just a friend. It was just a friend of mine.
Okay.
So they got it done just because they were curious because we recently came back into each other's lives.
Okay, cool.
As friends. And so they were like, like, I wonder if this means more than us just finding each other again and being friends. And so they have a friend that does these soul contracts. And so it was like, it was really cool to just hear a lot about it. And I think that that's an interesting thing to think about because I've always believed that I've had many different lives. Like when I was young, I used to have reoccurring nightmares that I drowned, which is why I'm not a big fan of water or swimming or like any of that kind of stuff. Like I don't like small boats. I like big boats.
Or big.
Yeah, I hate bathing, guys.
The taste of water.
No, I don't mind bathing.
But yeah, multiple lives. I totally believe in multiple reincarnations.
I feel like
lots of stories.
But the thing about that was, how you suffer in this life doesn't necessarily have to be how you suffer in the next life because you've learned the lessons. Hopefully, you've learned the lessons in this life so that you don't have to re-go through those lessons in the next one. Hopefully, the next one will be a little bit easier on you. You know what I mean? Because I've had a lot of past lives where things were pretty chill by the sounds of it, and some of them were shitty. But like this life was fucking crazy, like really, really crazy. Like a lot of bad shit, like some of the worst shit you could ever have in your life. So I'm hoping that like the next one will be like chill. Like I don't want to come back as a fucking mosquito. Because you die in a day, and I don't want to suck people's blood or anything. But I hope that I come back as like a nice peaceful bird that just gets to live life flowing around. Like, no,
I think that's backwards. A bird through the town, through my.
Yeah, I don't necessarily mean like that. I mean something that's just a little bit easier than what I have to go through in this one. You know, like someone that's like. And the thing is, I don't even want to be a person of like royalty or like, you know, with lots of wealth because that's not even stage. No, it's not even good either, right? I'll come back as like this dude that just lives on a beach with no worries or cares.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the next sign would be Cancer, which would be
well, I'm on the cusp of that anyway.
Yeah,
so that would be what is it? It's not I love because that's a Leo. It's like, I trust.
Yeah, I just want to be like a dude on an island that just builds a little hut and like lives off the ocean. And
in Taoism, they say that there's different births, like shell birth, moist birth, all these different births based on your karma and what you're going to become in the next life. You become a mosquito if you're like a drug dealer and you hurt multiple people without caring. So your soul is fractured into multiple creatures. And therefore, you're not a whole spirit. You're a fractured spirit into insects and stuff like that. And a bird, they talk about is like if you're materialistic and all you focus on is material objects and shiny things, that's a bird. If you talk a lot and all you do is babble and talk, and the words are the most important thing, fish birth and moist birth, because fish are always like.
And they can't talk either.
Yeah, they can't talk either, which is interesting. I've always imagined. Or I've had a hunch that in my next life, I'm going to be an overseer of something. So I'll be a spirit kind of entity, like maybe a guardian angel or somebody who oversees the ocean or oversees, I don't know. It's just a feeling of like a responsible duty that I'll have. And I won't be a physical force.
Be Cancer, so you would be I trust.
I won't be able to interact like I'm in a physical plane. It'll be all intention based and inspiration, like a muse. Maybe I'll be a muse, you know? That's what I think my next life is going to be.
Amusing.
I remember when I used to be a muse.
Yeah. You feel like you were a muse in past life?
No, in this life.
Oh, in this life.
But probably in a past life too. I also teach past life journeys and like power animal retrievals and I do some astrology stuff too. And one of the ways that I like to think about it is you kind of go through the zodiac wheel, like through the zodiac sign. So like your next reincarnate, in my perception, would be like that would be the Cancer symbol.
okay.
So then you come back as the crab for symbology, and that's to learn to trust and to be trusting and to provide trust.
Okay.
And so that would make sense if some of your challenges in this lifetime were questioning all of that.
Yeah.
But a Gemini is I dream. So you're exploring, which would be more like air. So it'd be the bird, animal current. But I dream. So creating, because dreaming is the state before actual creation.
I dream every day. Every single day I dream.
Awesome.
But one more thing before we wrap this up.
Wrapping it up.
I know you had your little your seance thing where you had the past life thing, whatever it was called. Yeah. And you've probably done it on yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Probably
I do it on other people as well.
You do yourself all the time.
So I've never had one done or whatever, but I feel like I was like a royalty or wealthy person in this past life. I was like a prince or some shit.
Right.
I feel like that too.
Yeah.
Because just randomly I'll get people giving me gifts. And it's like, it feels like that's left over from the past life.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like when you're in that royalty position, people bring you gifts as like an offering or as like a...
Right.
So like I'll come home randomly and there'll be things on my front doorstep. And I'm just like, this is really cool. Like, thank you. I really appreciate it. And it's like, I'm super grateful for it. But I'm like, why did I deserve this? Like,
this is normal. Yeah, this is what I'm supposed to get.
Right. And sometimes I'm just like, yeah, like even this watch here was a gift. You know, these bracelets were all gifts. Like all of these bracelets were gifts. So it's like, sometimes I'm just like, this is kind of wild to me that like I'm a person that gets gifted, you know, in many different ways.
Yeah, me too.
Like
I think I was like a royalty prince, but like surrounded by wise people or like monks or some people who were instilling wisdom upon me and stuff. Not necessarily.
Not enough, but
yeah, clearly not enough. Well, what do you think your past life was?
Oh, I was obviously royalty.
Were you?
Yeah.
That might be what brings us together too.
Come on.
Yeah,
of course, we were all in the same castle.
Yeah. Same castle, same kingdom. That's awesome. But
it was hopefully not built by me.
It wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
I also have one. I have one past life that's one of my favorites.
What?
I can share it.
Sure.
Well, actually,
a courtesaan.
I was a queen. It was actually over. It was in another planet. I was queening away on this other planet that actually wasn't mine.
Yeah.
And so like I was just filling in. And I had a bunch of children, like 50 kids. And then they got mad at me and they shot me into space. Me and my 50 kids. Cody was there too, except for he wasn't the king. He was just like the bodyguard.
The trigger puller.
No, the bodyguard.
Ah, bitch.
But he probably did have something to do with them not liking me anymore. Yeah.
Load her up.
And,
he was the loader.
Yeah. Still a loader.
Dropping loads. All right.
Like loader operator.
Yeah.
But those two. Anyways.
All kinds of loads.
So then they shot me into space, and then the next life.
Like, did they shoot you in space?
No, it was like
or shot you into space.
Like a tube.
You weren't in space, and they're like,
no,
Wrong.
They like shot us up into space through a tube, and then they showed the next life, and it was in space. In like a white calla lily. I've shared this story with you that's like rotating. And then there was all these like white 3D, 5D geometric jellyfish that were like just monotone on the white. You could only really see like highlights, low light, shadows because it was like spirit world because we died. Then the jellyfish came over and they're like, you have to go back. And I'm like, fuck that. They hate me. Why would I go back? And they're like, you're going. And boom, here I am again.
dang.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
You need about 49 more kids. 44 more kids.
Well, or that they have manifested in different versions
Well, also,
of
I think
themselves.
sometimes you could be ready to move on, but they send you back for others. I don't think
No, it was for others. It was totally for everyone else. It wasn't for me. And then it was like, yeah, find your 50 children. They will be Geminis.
Right.
And
here we are.
here we are. So that's
From
just
the womb.
just fun just fun things. But
Enter the temple of womb.
More womb in you.
And when anybody does a DMT trip or whatever like that, that's how they kind of describe the ending space too. Like those near-death experiences.
Fractals and shit.
Yeah. Just white spinning.
Fractals and shit. Obviously, someone's never done DMT before.
Okay, I'm going to share my dream. Yeah, I got to share my. Here we go.
All right.
Okay, so we're on this highway, 2-lane highway with a center meridian, and the grass was overgrown, and there was trees in the center meridian and forest on both sides of us. Me and you were driving, and then there was some shit like an explosion and fire going on in the woods on the one side. So we stopped the car, and we were worried about cars fucking zipping down and hitting us. So I jump in the center meridian, and I lean up against this tree, and it was like an old grandfather tree. It had like a big mustache, like handlebar mustache. And I was like, oh, hey, grandfather Willow, or whatever the fuck you are, and I was like brushing the long grass coming off it. I was like, this is crazy. What the fuck? So then you're like, let's go. We got to go check this out. So we run into the woods. We climb up in this like tree fort, and there's these indigenous people up there, and they're like speaking in their language, and they're kind of joking about us, like white people kind of jokes, And I was like, but I can understand them for some reason. You couldn't. And I heard their language, and there's smoke in the distance. And then one of them was like, there's a wolf down there. There was a lot of things that were danger. There was like a fucking erupting volcano, smoke, a wolf down there. And they said in their language, like, we need a fucking weapon, like, right now. And I was like, well, I got a bow. And then I look and I'm like, why the fuck do I have a bow on my back? I had a big ass bow. And then one of them made the joke, and they're like, well, see if you could get Buddy's shotgun and we'll expunge his record. And I was like, what? And I laughed at you, and I was like, Matt, they said you had like this little shoddy, like a little snub nose shoddy. Like, Matt, they said they'd clear your record if you give them the shoddy. And you're like, fuck off, dude. I was like, what? They said it, not me. But you were like, okay, fine, here you go. And you were like reluctant to give it up. But you gave them the shotgun, and then the dream ended. I was like, oh, that's so
I thought we were going to get somewhere
some
with
climax.
that.
No,
But
that was it. That's it.
That's
But
weird.
the indigenous people
It sounds
wanted to clear your
awfully
record in
chaotic.
exchange for a
sounds
shotgun.
very chaotic, and like there's all sorts of survival mode trauma energy everywhere.
There was. Yeah.
So what would be the
But I was with
analysis?
my broski, and he had a shoddy to
Sounds
give up.
like
so-
I'm an idiot and Ron's smart in that dream.
Well,
Yeah.
why do you get a
I
shotgun?
can speak their language, and I'm talking to the wisdom of the tree, and you're just like, I don't want to give up my shot.
You had a shoddy. Well, that's how it is in real life.
So you got to take your shot.
No, you got to relinquish something.
Yeah.
You got to relinquish something. That's what it is.
The ego. Sorry.
No, I don't think it was ego. No, it was something
would not
he got, like a special gift he got from, like, with all his gifts that
But
he
wouldn't
gets.
a gun
It was
not
I
something
have,
be
special.
I have had to relinquish my ego on many occasions.
Yes, I don't think it was an ego at all. It was
Well-
something he had to trade of
Okay, so
monetary
what would a
or
gun
use.
though represent?
It
in a
was
trade?
use. It was it was something that he had that somebody else could find super useful and helpful, that would help us all and everybody. And he had to be willing to give it away. And
So
by
what would
doing
that be?
that would what?
What would that be?
Well, I don't know. The scenario hasn't presented itself. I
Well,
don't think.
I think if you looked up a gun though in like dream terminology, it
was a
would,
weapon
it would
of
have
some
a symbol.
Something
So
to cast out something that was hurting
Protection?
other people. Yeah, maybe
Protection?
protection. Yeah,
Buddy,
order for chaos.
right.
Just said I was reluctant to give it. Like, no.
Well, no, because it was something of value.
Yeah,
And
you
to me too,
cherished-
because I was with you, and you were just like, "Dude, I'm not giving the
Maybe
shoddy."
protection.
And I won't have anything. Even and you have a shitty bow.
your heart, trusting
No,
your life.
No, it was something.
Like, because a gun could represent life.
No,
I guess now he's a dream interpreter.
Because I already
And
know.
now, what about the gun? What is gun symbolism in a dream? You have to have
Yeah,
that.
Ron, look up your phone since you don't know stuff.
He's
why
going
don't
to
you
take
just hand over your
15
gun?
years.
Everything all
15
right.
years to learn his heart and his mind, even though he has AI in his hand. Take him 15 years.
Yeah, just chat
Yeah,
GPT.
no.
Just
Yeah,
chat
no.
GPT it and end your suffering.
A gun symbolizes power, control, aggression, or self-protection. reflecting
feel like I said some of those
conflicts,
words.
repressed anger, or a need to assert oneself.
Had to give over.
So
that.
share your anger. Share your repressed anger.
I don't want to share my anger. It's all mine.
Well,
All mine
that's
to be had.
kind of what it was in the dream.
Right?
All right.
That was good. Until next time.
Thank you guys. Thanks for coming to check out our podcast. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment,
Share.
and we will see you the next time we do the TPot podcast, The Power of Three.
So, TP?
Mind to vagina.